Welcome guys to the Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's live stream we talking about Bitcoin climbing up to 3K. Very nice to see that. We'll also be talking about the price of oil as well. That is marching its way up to $100 a barrel once again here. Seems like everything's in the green. Traders are a little bit confused about whether or not we got a ceasefire or not, so they're just buying now and asking questions later. I guess that's what the theme of this seems to be right now. I just want to do a quick sound check, make sure that everybody can hear me here. That I turned the mic on. All right, I did a good job of actually turning the mic on. All right, so just don't mind the background voices. There are a couple of people here that are in the same room as me. All right, but yeah, we're looking at the price of Bitcoin, currently trading at 72,445. I did say that we could see Bitcoin probably march its way up to 73K and maybe even 76K on the way up to higher prices here. Those are some resistance levels, and I think we're hitting that first resistance level right now at 73K. Let me go and pull up the daily chart here so you can see that I actually highlighted $73,000 as a level that we need to be on the lookout for, where we could get possibly a rejection here. It is the high for today. We got up to like 73,100, and yeah, $73,000 is an area that we hit high. That was a high water mark here back here on March 15th. Okay, and it was also another high water mark here back here on February 5th. Okay. It's a temporary level in my view, because I think if we're going to continue being bullish here on Bitcoin, we could march our way up to this green line. This is the 50-day moving average sitting at 75,900. Let's just call it $76,000 just to be on the safe side here. It is where we actually got up to $76,000. We got up there around March 17th. So maybe there could be a double top possibility here at 76K, but looks like, yeah, Bitcoin might be marching its way up here. Could happen later on tomorrow, maybe this weekend. We are waiting for talks in the Middle East about possible ceasefire and a deal going on with peace talks here on Saturday. And if those don't go well, then maybe things actually start turning for the worse here. I do see we got Ed HK here in the TikTok is asking about possible reversal. There could be a reversal. We might have just seen it just now at 73K. Bitcoin did spike up to 73K. If I go back to the 50-minute chart, you can see that we did have like a little bit of a spike up here in price, or the price of Bitcoin, where we didn't really stay at 73K for too long before we got knocked down. So there might actually be a reversal going on right now. We do have some possible bearish divergence, which is highlighted on the chart here. You can see this little pink, magenta, purple line here that helps me spot where the bearish divergence is, and that is actually here on the 15-minute chart. We got a little bit of bearish divergence on the 15-minute chart here. But just to confirm, if you don't believe me, you can actually look at the actual RSI. You can see that we are making lower highs here on the RSI, while also making higher highs here on the price. So, us as traders, we identify that as bearish divergence. It means that this little rally here is getting a little bit long in the tooth, and we would expect possibly a reversal, possibly maybe just trade sideways at best. But yeah, we're not expecting our prices to go any higher, because if it does, I mean, it would just be creating more bearish divergence in that case. But it's still a possibility. We just don't know, right? We put our bets in. We as day traders, we figure out where our levels are going to be, where we're willing to take a short, and I think 73K is a good area to take a short. But however, that did not last that long. Look at this. I mean, if I go into the 5-minute chart, I mean, we were only there for like 5 minutes. Right before I started the live stream, we were there for like 5 minutes, and then we got knocked back down. But the trend is still up and to the right. It's still up and to the right here on the 5-minute chart. You're still actually above the 21 EMA on the 5-minute chart, so you're still bullish here. We got Haven Peck in the YouTube chat, and we also got Francisco Santos is also in the YouTube chat here. Did I say TikTok? I meant to say YouTube. But I got YouTube and TikTok going on right now. And I got DZ asking about VVV and Bonk. We'll go ahead and write that down as some of the first requests here on the chat, from the live chat here. VVV and then Bonk. Okay. And then let's see, do we have any other requests here besides that? I think that's it for now. And then let me see what my TikTok guys are saying right now. EHDK says we'll go to 70. Will we go to 70K? I mean, I think it all depends on what happens with those peace talks, right? And thank you, for smashing that like button here on TikTok. Don't forget to smash the like button here for my YouTube guys. Let's try to get this, live stream here by sharing it with your friends, and also smashing that like button if you haven't done so already. Get the YouTube algorithm fired up here, and then also get the TikTok algorithm fired up here as well by double tapping on your screen here. Thank you guys for coming in here. Jesse says Bitcoin fake pump. maybe. What we did spot 73K was the possible resistance zone here, and I couldn't even get in unless you already had a limit order in there. We only went to 73K, and we did that for like less than 5 minutes here before we just got knocked down here. But it still looks like we're making higher lows possibly, and even on the 5-minute chart we're making higher lows here. Alrighty. I think I want to give let's see, hold on a second. Yeah, I do have to honor DZ's requests here for VVV and Bonk. Those are going to be some of the requests here. Let me see. Move on to VVV. VVV, you will. DZ, are you on my TikTok? You should check out my TikTok right now. I know you're on YouTube. You should check out TikTok right now. Let me know if you're on TikTok. Anyways, we're now moving on to Venice token, which has been like one of the clear winners over the last couple of weeks here. Let me just refresh the chart here. We have looked at this asset over the past couple of weeks here, mainly because DZ keeps asking it. Let's see, VVV was bullishly consolidating in this bull pennant here, and we kind of like measured out a potential bull flag here, right? You just take the measure move of this bull flag. If this is the flagpole and this is the flag or the bull pennant, and you just take that measure move to where we could possibly be breaking out of this bull flag here, and it's showing that VVV could get up to like $11.55. That's that blue number right there. Okay. We also did a Fibonacci analysis on this, and Fibonacci is saying that we could possibly get to like $10.47. That's your 1272 Fibonacci extension to the upside. And then there's also 1618 at $12.87. Those are your upside targets here for VVV. If we're going to continue being bullish here, it looks like we are. We did get as high as like $8.50 here. We got as high as $8.49 to be exact here on Coinbase Exchange. Before we started selling off, and then when we sold off, we kind of came right to the 618 golden pocket here at $5.92. And yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Golden pocket is an expected retracement pocket for us to hit, which we already did. We actually took it a little bit further. We actually went down to a 0.5 retracement initially, climbed our ways up, made some higher lows here, and now we're marching our way up to higher prices here, probably revisiting $8.50 all over again. And then could we actually hit up to that $10.47 target to the upside? I don't know. Let's see if we got the momentum to do that, right? I'm gonna look at the momentum indicators, look at the MACD indicator here. MACD indicator is showing that there is buying pressure here. And we got a MACD crossover to the upside. Had a little bit of a fake out where we already had a crossover to the upside, and then it looked like we were gonna do a crossover to the downside, but then we had nope, a little bit of a fake out, and now it looks like we're trying to head up to higher prices here for VVV. So that's interesting to see there. And then here on the money flow is pretty good, pretty decent. You're in the green, and you got a green bind on here that came in today, saying that today's the day to buy VVV if you haven't done so already. I mean, we had a red sell dot a few days ago on Monday, kind of like giving us a little bit of a scare. But I mean, money flow is still in the green, and money flow is increasing. We're not even like even in overbought territory yet. So I mean, I think this thing might want to be marching its way up to 10, 11 bucks here. We shall see. We shall see. What has a request for Trador? Can you give me the ticker symbol for that? Or maybe I could just write down Trador. But if you can give me the ticker symbol for that and the exchange that it's on, it'd be a lot easier for me to find it. We are looking at the VVV right now. This is a Venice token. You can find it on Coinbase Exchange right there. Let me get a swig of water. I've been doing a lot of talking there. Alright, so yeah. So that's VVV in a nutshell. I mean, VVV looks like it's ready to go up to higher prices. If it doesn't, maybe we do a retracement back to the golden pocket at $5.90 again. What's on BingX? Okay, thank you for letting me know that. And then Jesse says Bitcoin dump or pump, no volume dump, time frame 5 minute. Maybe. We'll look at Bitcoin again probably after these few requests that we just got in. I want to get into the requests now, and then we'll go back and look at Bitcoin again, and we'll look at it on the 5 minute chart for you. Just remind me we got to look at Bitcoin again one more time. All right, I actually wrote it down just in case I forget. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bonk. I believe I got Bonk on my watch list here. Should be next to the meme coins. Yep, there it is. So Bonk looks like it's currently trading at the 600. We're looking at Bonk on the daily time frame here. And what do we got here for Bonk? Bonk just, I mean, it's trading sideways, acting like kind of like a stable coin. Could this be the beginning of bottoming out? I want to see some bullish divergence before I start saying that there's a possibility of this bottoming out, because usually you see bullish divergence start showing up. That stops the bleeding down of these cryptocurrencies. And yeah, I'm seeing some higher lows here after we've been making lower lows here on the price. So there is bullish divergence here on Bonk. Buyers are stepping up to buy the price here at 600 for Bonk. Okay. So you got the beginnings of a bottoming out process here. But the next thing you need to do is you need to start making higher highs on a daily time frame. You're just not getting that right now with Bonk. You're just not getting that right now. And let's see. I want to see us get as high as 723 here. Okay. Maybe even like as high as like 735. Like I said, you're just not getting that with Bonk. And I mean, let's see if we can get up to that 700 level here. Maybe we have to wait a few more days to get up to that level. The 50-day moving average is currently at 726. If we can get up to that 50-day moving average, I would expect an initial rejection off that level. Okay, but if we don't get rejected, maybe we can march our way up to that 100-day moving average, which is sitting at 793. If you get up to that level, you're definitely making the higher high case here. And then maybe we see something like this, right? Where Bonk actually climbs up, gets up to that 100-day moving average, comes down. Would be nice if it uses the 50-day moving average as support, and then moving on up from there, starting a new trend upward where we're now going to higher lows and higher highs here. And then maybe we get rejected off that 200-day moving average at 1,000. Well, that 200-day moving average is falling down, so maybe it comes down to like 800 or 900 if we get rejected again. But we want to just see something like that, where we're making higher lows and higher highs on the price. And we're just, I mean, maybe we're in the beginnings of it. We're not seeing it right now, but maybe we're in the beginnings of bottoming out here on Bonk. I see Darren is in the YouTube chat. Good to see you, Darren. And Francisco says, ugly candle on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Uh-oh. Well, we are going to try to take a look at Bitcoin one more time. But we do have a request here for Trador. Wow, there is actually something called Trador here. Looks like I can find it here on MEXC Exchange. And here on MEXC Exchange, Trador is currently trading at $4.41. And Trador, wow, okay, this thing is up and to the right. I didn't know there was a bullish asset like this. How come you didn't tell me about this? What? How did you find Trador? I would have probably thrown my hat in the ring on an asset like this that's shown, you know, bullishness over the last couple of months. It's been bullish all throughout this war in the Middle East. Currently trading at $4.40. Come on, are you gatekeeping on us? What? You gotta let me know about these assets that are bullish here. I didn't know about this asset until you just requested it today. Looks like it started trading on MEXC Exchange back on September of last year. It was at $1. No, it started trading at 40 cents. Okay. Seen some of its best days. Its best day was like here in December when it got up to like $6.64. But I like the fact that you're above all the moving averages here. The 200, the 100, the 50, and the 21 EMA. If this thing was going to start pulling back on us, let's see what the Fibonacci retracement would be for this. How high did we get? $5.05 roughly. See if I can get it to that area. Okay, so you know, you would expect a normal pullback to take it down to the 618 golden pocket here at $3.38. Maybe between $3.38 and $3.52. That would be an expected pullback on this cryptocurrency. As of now, I mean, today was the highest for the all-time high for Trador, getting as high as $5.05 here. Okay. Another pullback area that could possibly come into play. Now the 21 EMA sitting at 286 is confluent with the 0.5 retracement at 287. So mark that on the chart. That might actually be pretty significant later on in the future, where we might want to pay attention to that level there. Okay, that's if we just an immediate pullback down to the 21 EMA. I would expect a lot of support here because you also got some sideways trading support here at $3.14 here for Trador. So I think that's going to be a support area as well. Let me just throw in one more indicator here. I'm throwing the VRVP indicator. All right, VRVP indicator. Ooh, it's not really showing that much here. All the support is right below us at like $1.48. You got a point of control at 74 cents. It leads me to believe that this thing could be possibly overvalued here. Okay, so you know, don't be surprised if you see a pullback. You're kind of getting that a little bit right now, but you don't really have that much support below you. I mean, you got the 200-day moving average at $1.93. That's also confluent with like kind of like the 0.236 retracement at $1.73. But I mean, the value area high, this white line is sitting at $1.48, and that should be a good amount of support there for Trador. So I'm actually going to mark that on the chart right now. If you ever ask me about this again, we're going to see if we actually pull back to that $1.48 level there. That would be a very important support level I think we should hold if we do drop down. But let's talk about, you know, if we're going to be bullish, if this thing's going to start going exponential on us, what are the targets to the upside? We do got the 1272 at $6.22, and we got the 1618 at $7.73. Those are your targets to the upside to be paying attention to based on what we've done today as of now. What was says target $10? I don't have a target of $10. Unless we're looking at the 2618, that's at $12 right there. I don't know how likely that's going to happen. I would expect the 1272 and the 1618 to most likely happen, with the 1272 being the most likely to happen in the future if we're going to continue being bullish here. What says it's still overbought on the RSI on all the higher time frames. Yeah, let's just look at that real quick here. Yeah, you are overbought. You're at 88 on the RSI right here for the daily time frame. And then let's just look at the 5-day. 5-day is also overbought at 78 on the RSI. So you're pushing your luck, asking for this thing to go to higher prices. All right, moving on from Trador, we'll go right back to Bitcoin. And somebody wanted to take a look at Bitcoin on the 5-minute chart. Someone also mentioned that Bitcoin on the 1 hour was looking nasty. So let's just take a look at that real quick here. Get rid of the VRVP for now. And oh yeah, you got like a kind of like a shooting star candle This is a reversal candle. So somebody that was asking about Bitcoin doing a reversal, you might be seeing that right now on the 1 hour time frame. This is a reversal candle. You got a small body on the bottom and you got a big wick. It looks like a star or a shooting star that's falling out of the sky. And this could lead to Bitcoin going down lower prices. This might actually be what we need to see to finally be bearish on Bitcoin, if that's what you guys are interested in doing. You want to short Bitcoin. What are the levels to look for on the downside? On the 1 hour chart, we do got the 50 moving average at 70K, and we got the 200 and the 100s at 68,600 and 69,100. These are the levels to look for on the 1 hour chart for the short sellers. And then there's also that 67K level that I still think could be in play here for support. Has acted as support in the past. A lot of support at 67K. That would be the level to take Bitcoin down to if we're going to be topping out here on Bitcoin. But 73K was an area to look for. And we were there only for 5 minutes before we got that nasty candle and sell-off to the downside. What was as if you pull a trend line from all the previous highs on the daily, then it comes up to about $10. Okay, that's where you're getting your $10 target for Trador. Jean Jacquez says, remove your long if it's about to crash. There's crypto ripping at the moment. Damn, I'm not looking at the right chart. J-Dog says, check NBIS. Okay. NBIS. We'll go ahead and take a look at NBIS, and let's say you guys want to look at Bitcoin again. I just gave you the downside targets in a bearish case there for Bitcoin. NBIS, let's see, NBIS, let's look at the daily time frame here. This cryptocurrency is currently trading at $136. Up 9% today. I'm seeing on my chart here bearish divergence starting to show up on the daily time frame here, and I'm just looking at the bigger picture just to get an idea like what this thing has done. I mean, even without looking at the bigger picture and zooming back, you know, to history here, I can tell that we're above the 200, the 100, the 50, and the 21 EMA, and that, my friends, is very bullish to see. We are very bullish on this asset. However, we are starting to see some bearish divergence, and I'll try to show you the RSI to see if that's the case. And yeah, you can see, like, you know, we did have RSI as high as like 78 and 80 back here in September and October of last year. And we have made higher highs. I'm sorry, not higher highs. We made higher highs, right? Today we got as high as $136.55 back here in October. Oh, never mind, I take that back. We didn't make a higher high, but we're getting close to making higher highs here if we continue what we're doing right now. But yeah, if we continue making higher highs on the price and we starting to see lower highs here on the RSI, that is bearish divergence. You would expect this thing to not go up as hard and vigorous as it's done already. And you would expect this to more likely to go sideways and then possibly even start dropping down the lower prices. And we drop down the lower prices, we do got moving averages here to support us. The 200-day moving average sitting at $90 should be your last line of defense. However, you get the 150 right next to each other at $101 here. So maybe that's where we get some support here. But even better than trying to guess, let's look at the VRVP indicator, see what the VRVP indicator has to say for potential support zones. We get the value area high at a 101. We already said 101, right? 101 is kind of like where the 100 moving average is at right now. So I think 101 you want to mark down in your chart for this asset, NBIS. And then what else do we got here? So there should be support between $84 all the way up to like 101. But if you start losing $84, you got a gap in the VRVP. You could come down really fast down to $70 here. And that's another support high volume node right here. That's $70 here. So I just marked that on your chart for NBIS for support zones to the downside. Now let's try to see if we're going to be bullish here. How much higher could we possibly go? Have we ever been higher than this? I don't think so. Not in the history of this asset. Let me go into the monthly chart just to confirm. Nope, we never been this high on MBIS. So let me go back to the daily chart here. I like to pull the Fibonacci to figure out what the Fibonacci extensions might be. And we'll measure from the high here at like 141 bucks to, what do we call this, the low here? What was the low at 43 bucks, $43? All right, so I'm gonna take the Fibonacci from there. Let me get rid of the moving average, just clean things up here a little bit. I'll even get rid of the DeluxeAlgo indicator here real quick. All right, so let's measure from the top here at 141 bucks down to $43. And my Fibonacci is telling me that to the upside, we do got a 1272 Fibonacci that says we can get to like $168 on MBIS. Okay, we're at 136. That's only like 30 bucks away, roughly. And then we got a 1618 saying that we can get to like $201 for an upside target for MBIS. And this is a stock. This is trading on the NASDAQ, so this is a stock, guys. You guys might, for those of you who are invested in stocks, this might be a stock worth getting into. I'm not sure what exactly they do. Let's see what they do here. They are a technology company that provides infrastructure and services to AI builders worldwide. Okay, so they're involved in AI and technology. Let's see, their last earnings report here was pretty decent. Their earnings. Actually, I don't know if I call that decent. They actually lost money per share, but they didn't lose as much as they thought they were going to lose. So it ended up being a good earnings report because they didn't lose as much as they thought they were going to lose. The revenue came in at about 146 million, and they were expecting 157 million. So I don't know. That's interesting. That's interesting that this technology company can lose money, not actually make the amount of revenue that they thought they were going to make, and still be near all-time highs. Give it up for MBS for figuring a way to do that. Hodler says he went long on, well, I don't even know if it's he or she. But Hodler says that they went long on Bitcoin at 66.7, and you're asking, should you close or hodl? I think you should raise your stop losses. Are you trading with a stop loss? Let's go back to Bitcoin again. If you were, it sounds like you're swing trading this asset. You're swing trading Bitcoin. But let's try to figure out, you know, where you can put a stop loss. So you said you got in at 66.7. I don't know if that was like earlier this weekend. But if you want to keep your stop loss really tight, you can put your stop loss right below the low for today at 70,400. And you know, you're gonna give up like we're up about like $2,000 above that. I'm not doing the math right, but like $1,500 above that. But if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. At least you're gonna have your profit. You're gonna maintain your profit that you have, you know, when you bought Bitcoin at 66K. Okay. So I probably put the stop loss right below the low for today, 70,400. And if we get stopped out, that probably means there's something wrong with Bitcoin. Okay. And if we do pull back, maybe we pull back to 67K, which is the area that I identified as support and resistance for Bitcoin. Okay, 67K. And maybe you can try again, buying back again at 67K. It might be a little bit higher than what you bought it at initially. But hey, you sold at 70K or higher, and you're buying back in at 67K. Not financial advice. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. But I would, you know, put a stop loss and raise it. If you're not willing to sell Bitcoin at 72K, which is kind of like where we're at right now, then maybe you should put the stop loss at 70,400. And if Bitcoin does climb higher, I mean, how much higher could it possibly go? 73K is, we've seen that earlier today, and that was a level that I already, you know, highlighted as a potential resistance, and it did act as resistance for today. But then 76K was the high that we did back here in March, I think you're really pushing your luck to go higher than 76K. Unless Bitcoin's really bullish, unless the Middle East, the war in the Middle East comes to an end, I find it hard for us to actually see Bitcoin go higher than 76K. So maybe right now is the best time to sell. If you're still not sure and you haven't sold anything, you know, maybe, not financial advice, but maybe sell like 20% of it. Just to say that you sold Bitcoin at 72K, you bought it at 67 or 66, sold it at 72, you made profit. Be happy with that. And then if we go up to like 73K, you can probably sell another 20%. And if we go up to like 76K, you can sell like another 20%. And then, well, that's like 80% right there, and you're still holding on to like 20% in case we go higher than 76K. Anyways, let's see. So who was the guy that says, Hodler says that you went long and you asked to close or hodl. Well, Hodler, you got literally hodl in your name. Shouldn't you be hodling? You should be waiting like 4 or 5 years to like sell your Bitcoin. If you really are a hodler. But it sounds like you're a swing trader, in my opinion, from what I've just by that one question you asked me. Francisco wants to take a look at Solana, and then Havenpeck wants to take a look at Hype. All right, we'll take a look at Hype, and we gotta take a look at Solana. Everybody loves Solana. Positive thinking. Positive thinking. Positive thinking. You're funny, man. You want me to move the camera? You're funny. You are funny. Well, how about this positive thinking? Let's do a little business deal here. Send me some gifts, and I'll probably honor that request of yours. How about that? If you send me some gifts here on TikTok, let's say, what is it worth? Maybe like 10 roses or something like that. Send me like 10 roses, and I'll probably do that for you. Mozart wants to look at XPR. I can't just, you know, do a request like that without some compensation here. All right. FX Mafia says Bitcoin is 76K. Yeah, I could possibly do that. But we're going to move on from Bitcoin. We can always take a look at it again one more time. We'll look at Hype, and then we got Solana coming up, and then XPR. Rainy Hipper is in the chat. Is that the real Rainy Hipper? Be pleasantly surprised if that is the real Rainy Hipper. Shout out to Rainy Hipper if that's the real Rainy Hipper. DZ says thanks for the TA. You're welcome there, DZ. You're welcome. Positive thinking. Positive thinking. I told you. To honor that request, you have to send me 10 roses. Send me 10 roses, and I will help move to the left for you, okay? So you can see the indicator better. you gotta send those roses, man. Let's see. All right, we're now looking at Hyperliquid. Hyper is currently trading at $39.60. Thank you, Positive. Thank you for following me here. Thank you, Drilly, for following me here. All right, maybe I can do a little bit of this for you. Okay. Back to the charts. All right. Looking at Hyperliquid. Currently trading at $39.64. It's on Coinbase. I feel like I need to get more data than what we got here for Coinbase. Let me see what we got for Hyperliquid. Hyper on, is it on MEXC? Let's see if I can find it on MEXC. There we go. That's a little bit more better data. And I also got the previous Fibonacci analysis here. Looks like Hyper has already hit my Fibonacci level here at 43 bucks. We did that. We did that on March 18th here. So these Fibonacci's, they're worth using here because we measured, you know, back here when Hyper got up to like $38, and we measured from the low here at $20, and it gave us the 1272 Fibonacci to the upside. And you know, it took a few more days, a few more weeks, but we actually hit that level there at 127 already. Okay, I guess the next level to see is if are we gonna hit this $49 level here on Hyper. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. It's, I mean, we're not that far off from 43 bucks here. That's only like $4 away, and then $49 would be like another $10 away. Let me go ahead and try to turn on the move now, just see what we got for possible support and resistance here. Looks like we got the 200-day moving average that provides support at 34 bucks here. And 100-day, 50-day, right at 31 bucks right here. So I've marked that on the chart. That's also previous Fibonacci levels that we can look at here. Got some confluence with that level. So I think $31 definitely should be possible support area for Hyperliquid to the downside if we ever do drop down to those lower levels there. But initially, I would expect this 200-day moving average, the spread line, to act as support at 34 bucks. And that's just using moving averages. Let's see if we can get some confluence here with the VRVP indicator. VRVP indicator is showing that we got a value area high at like 33 bucks, which is kind of like close to this $31. So between $31 to $33 to like up to like $34 should be some support here for Hyperliquid to the downside. And I already gave you upside targets, 43, 49 bucks. I don't know what else I can do here for you to make you feel good and ready to take it long on Hyperliquid. Let's see if we got the momentum to go up to higher prices here. What's the MACD showing? Oh, this is looking good. MACD is showing that selling pressure is dying off. And you got the blue line curving up across the orange line to the upside. We could see some higher prices here for Hyperliquid. You got the momentum, and the trend is showing that we should go higher. I like seeing that. Unless you're going to get a fake out, then I would not like seeing that. Also here on the money flow divergence, convergence, divergence, we have a green buy dot that came in on Sunday, April 5th, a few days ago. Momentum is going to the upside, and money flow is still in the green. It was much more in the green in the end of March, but money flow is still in the green. I think you have the permission to go to higher prices here based on the momentum indicators for Hyperliquid here. Lock Ender is in the chat. Good to see you, Lock Ender. Thank you for giving me the wave there. And then Haven Peck is saying something about Zesty. Is that a request for Zesty, or are you just telling me something? Just tell me that the live stream is Zesty here. Guys, let's go ahead and smash that like button if we haven't done so already. Try to get some more likes here if we can. For my TikTok guys, you can double tap the screen. What you gotta do is double tap the screen to send the like. We're at 2,700 likes here on TikTok. Let's see if we can get up to like 3,000. All right, so that's Hyperliquid. I think we did enough analysis on that one. Let's move on to Solana here. Solana currently trading at $83.63. I could have sworn we saw this at the same price like a day ago, 2 days ago. Solana did get up to like $85.90 earlier today. Let me see. Let me just readjust the chart here. Let's get into the 1 hour chart. There we go. I like this time frame for Solana. We have measured a Fibonacci from 78 bucks up to like $87. We had Solana do a nice Uno reverse to higher prices here on Tuesday when Donald Trump said that we're doing a ceasefire. But since then, it's like, okay, what's ceasefire? Okay, because we're just bleeding off here on Solana, going down the low prices one more time here. We actually hit the 0.382 retracement at like $81.66. We did that earlier this morning. And then we kind of got a little bit of a bounce off that level. And we came up to the 618, past that to the 786, past the 786, trying to threaten to go back up to 87 bucks here, but not quite. And now you got yourself on the 1 hour candle here, you got yourself a shooting star candle. That's no bueno, okay? That's not good, guys. Shooting star, and then on top of that, you're getting some follow through to the downside. I think in the next few hours here, Solana wants to go down to low prices here. And where could it go? We got the 0.5 retracement here. We also got the 0.382. Let's just go with the 0.382 at $81.66 because you got the 100-day moving average that could provide support around that level. So I think 81.60 might be where we see Solana later on tonight. Jesse is saying ETH. You want to take a look at Ethereum? And then what wants to take a look at Zcash? All right. Let me go ahead and write these things down. Got to take a look at the ETH. And we'll take a look at the Zcash. And then, well, before we look at those two, we got to take a look at XPR. Was another request that we got here. Lock Ender, it sounds like you like the music right now. And yeah, Haven Peck, I mentioned Randy Hipper only because somebody named Randy Hipper came on to the TikTok stream. But I don't know if that's the real Randy Hipper, to be honest with you. I know there's like a bunch of fakes on TikTok, so it could have been one of her fake accounts, someone trying to pretend to be her. So yeah. Let's not get too excited that the real showed up here today. And Haven Pack says, thank you for the technical analysis on hype. Well, you are very welcome there, my friend. You're very welcome. But yeah, Lock Ender, yeah, I think it sounds like you like the music, or are you just liking the new I don't know, setup that I got here. I am live streaming from Costa Rica, San Jose, Costa Rica. So maybe that's what you mean by a different place and as calm as F over here. Let me just see that. Okay. All right. Hey, we got Leanne in the chat. Thank you, Leanne, for coming in, smashing that like button. And we got Porky Flounders. What? Porky's in the chat. Porky's over here on TikTok, guys. How you doing, Porky? Mozart wants to look at XPR. We are going to look at XPR. Thank you. Yeah, Leanne, it's warm over here in San Jose. It's like 75 degrees and a little bit windy. When it's not windy, it gets up to like 80 degrees over here. And if I was to be over near the beaches of Costa Rica, it'd probably be like 85, 90 degrees right now. But yeah, right here is warm enough. We actually got a nice cool breeze. It feels very summery over here. Let me just show you real quick here on TikTok. Okay, you kind of see like some of the greenery back here. Okay, this San Jose is in the distance over there. It's freezing. Well, freezing over in Rhode Island. I think that's where you're from, right? Or that's where you're. I know you're in New England. I actually went to school with Leanne, guys. She's in the TikTok chat over here. So if you really want to know the real me, Damien, over here, you just ask Leanne. I think, we went to elementary school, Leanne? Yeah. She's known me for a while. But yeah, I got some people that know me from elementary school in the chat. Porky says, you are all good. How am I doing? I'm trying to do my best here. I appreciate you coming on to the live stream. I'll try to give you a shout out, Porky, but we did have a guy ask for XPR, and he did ask for it twice now. So let me just look at XPR, and then I'll give you a shout out here, Porky. How's TikTok for you, Porky? I see you building up your following. You seem like you found a winning formula talking about the news of the day and getting people all fired up about it. I noticed you've been talking about some topics that people can like everybody hates the banks, so that's like a really good topic to be talking about. So yeah, I think that was a good video that you made about the banks recently. Yep. Me and Leanne, we went to middle school as well. Okay. So here we are. We're now looking at XPR, which was another request here, and then we got to take a look at Ethereum and then Zcash. And then you know what? Let me just, before I look at that, I'll give you guys a nice high here. So you guys know that you are looking at the real meet Damien. I'm going to show you guys. He's going to show his face. Show us your face. This is me, Damien, here in Costa Rica. San Jose, Costa Rica. Leanne says she dabbled in crypto recently. She thinks it's a little bit confusing. Well, Leanne, you're actually amongst some of the best people to be around in crypto. You're amongst other traders and investors here that can answer questions about it. A lot of guys here, including Porky. We've been investing in crypto for like, I think, I know myself. I've been invested for like 9 years, since 2017, and I think Porky's been around just as long, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I would say just as long probably. He's been in it for like 8 or 9 years as well. So we've seen the booms and the busts. Porky says it's not the it's not the market that's confusing, it's Trump that's confusing us all. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Porky. But anyways, let's get back to the analysis here on XPR. Before we get too political here, 0.0023 pennies is where XPR is trading at. Hopefully that's the right asset you want me to take a look at. We're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame. Let me go into the daily time frame, unless you want me to look at the smaller time frames here. But XPR, I mean, just trading sideways. I've seen a lot of cryptos doing this where we're just, we had that initial dump here in January going into February, the end of January going into February, and then not really doing too much over the last couple of months. If we are to start getting bullish here, I would expect a resistance at that 50-day moving average right above us at 0.026 pennies here. And then for sure some more resistance at that 100-day moving average at 0.0028 pennies here. And I see Lorraine has made it into the chat. Thank you, Lorraine, for sending me the heart me's, the super populars, the gold populars. Lorraine's one of my my best followers here. She's also a super fan. She made it into the super fan club here on TikTok. You guys can join the super fan club if you want to do that. I rarely mention that, but now that we're starting to get some more people who want to be super fans, yeah, you can do that here on TikTok. It's a good way to support me if that's what you want to do. Another way you can support me is just smashing that like button. Right now we got 3,200 likes. Let's see if we can get up to like 4,000. I know Lorraine could probably get us to 4,000 on her own. But yeah, Lorraine's also one of our moderators here. So if you guys start acting up and misbehaving, she will mute you as like your first warning, and then she will actually kick you out of the chat here. So behave yourself. Lorraine, the moderator, is here. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's see. Do we have anything good cooking up here on the MACD for XPR? Possibly. You had selling pressure show up, and then right now you just got a MACD crossover to the upside. You're starting to get a little bit of green showing up in the last couple of days here. XPR might be wanting to go to higher prices from what I'm seeing here on the MACD. So is the market sniffing out something here? Are we going to get like a trade, not a trade deal, but a peace deal, a ceasefire, probably end to the war here? Or is XPR just getting bullish no matter what happens in the Middle East? We did get a green buy dot here on Monday. Momentum is to the upside, and money flow is starting to go green here on XPR. So it looks like XPR does want to go up to higher prices. It does look like that to me. Okay, you still are making higher lows on the daily time frame. I just want to start seeing some higher highs here. Can we get past this high back here on March 26th when we got up to like 0.00262 pennies? If you just get a little bit higher than that, get above the 50-day moving average, and then also get up to the 100-day moving average. If you get up to the 100-day moving average, you'll actually be making higher highs they'll be changing the trend here. Instead of being in the downtrend, you might actually be making an uptrend if you can get up to that level there. All right, moving on from XPR, we'll take a look at Ethereum, and then we'll take a look at Zcash, one of the clear winners for today, being Zcash. Let's see, what is Ethereum doing? Obviously not being a clear winner, but still slightly winning, so I guess that counts, right? Ethereum currently trading at 2,190 bucks here, only up $3 here for the day. Not really doing too much. And to be honest with you, Ethereum kind of looks just like XPR, right? We had that initial dump towards the end of January, going into the beginning of February. Not really doing too much. However, just doing enough to stay alive, okay? You're still making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows here. The next order of business is, can we actually make higher high? Can you make a higher high than what you did here on March 16th when you got up to like 2,386? If you can get up to that, to that price or go higher, then you're starting to make the case that, hey, we might actually be making an uptrend here on Ethereum, okay? And I think if you can get past this 50-day moving average at 2,383, we might actually make our way up to this 100-day moving average, which is at 2,598. But I highlighted on the chart 2,527. 2,527 is an area that has acted as support and resistance. Let me just grab the moving averages here, but just to focus on this area, 2,500 was an area of support and resistance back here in June and May of last year. And then it acted as support and resistance in like September and October of 2024. I think that is going to be an area that it could be resistance because we're below it right now. Until we can actually, stay above 2,500 bucks and then make our way up to higher prices here. But I think, you're looking for Ethereum, maybe like a 10-15% move up in price from where we are right now. And I think Ethereum is going to probably chill out at 2,500 bucks until it can show us that it can actually hold and maintain 2,500 bucks. What is asked about Zcash? Yeah, we did get the request for Zcash. I got you, buddy. Jenna Cole wants to take a look at the CAR. Let me go ahead and write that down. I believe CAR, is that the ticker symbol for one of the car rental companies? I think it's like Avis or something like that. Walk Ender says, yeah, nice change of pace, but bit needed, you think? All right, yeah, I'm glad I'm out here in Costa Rica. I feel relaxed, I feel good. I already went hiking earlier today, did like 2 hours of hiking up a mountain, coming back down, and I'm still gonna go to the gym after this live stream. So I'm trying to get some good exercise in while I'm down here. Get a tan, get my exercise in, be a lot more healthier than I was earlier this year. So that's what I'm trying to do while I'm out here too. All right, so I gave you Ethereum upside targets for the most part. I didn't really give you downside targets. Stay above 1,822, which you've done so far. But also stay above this higher low here that you kind of made that I think people are spotting right now. 1937, don't go below 1937 or else it could get ugly for Ethereum. All right, moving on from Ethereum, we'll take a look at the Zcash. And we'll take a look at CAR after that. Zcash currently trading at $367, up 13% today. Actually having a pretty damn good day amongst all the other cryptocurrencies out there. I actually tried shorting Zcash at 330, and I got knocked out at 340 or 339, somewhere around there. And I just left this one alone. I'm like, all right, this thing actually does want to go up. But Zcash currently trading at 367. I do have a previous Fibonacci analysis that I think is still useful here. We went past that 1272 at, the 1272 was saying that this thing picked up to like 368. I did see 368, but then they just kept pushing higher than that. We almost came right up to this 1618 Fibonacci extension at 405. We got up to like 389 earlier today. Let me see, I don't know if you guys can hear in the background, but there's a bunch of cicadas. I'm not sure how you say it, but it's like these big giant beetles or whatever, and they're kind of like crickets, like from the cricket family. You can hear them making the cricket noises in the background. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad, but I mean, even if I close the windows and close the doors, you can still hear them. That's how noisy they can be. Let's see what says. Bitcoin has 50 and 200 moving averages on the 4-hour chart at 69,400. It might bounce there. Let's see. Is Bitcoin still dropping on us? Oh yeah, it is dropping. Yeah, Bitcoin. Before I started the live stream, like literally like 10 minutes before I started this live stream, Bitcoin was at like $72,000. It was there for like a hot minute. I mean, I don't think you could even have sold your Bitcoin at that level before it started dropping like a rock. And yeah, Bitcoin is now at 71,700 at this moment. Anyways, back to Zcash here. Zcash, what are you doing here? Are you going to still be bullish here? Let's look at the we'll look at the RSI first. RSI is overheated at 77. Doesn't mean that it can't stay overheated and overbought, but just keep in mind that you might be pushing your luck for higher prices here. That Zcash might have already had its move. The MACD is showing that buying pressure is here, and I don't see anything that shows that buying pressure is dying down. If the blue line started curving down, I would start worrying, but you're not getting that right now. So maybe Zcash does want to go to higher prices. And then here on the DeluxeAlgo money flow and divergence indicator, we have money flow in the green. And your green buy dot came in actually a couple of weeks ago on March 30th. And you haven't had a red sell dot since then. So Zcash, okay. Looks like it does want to go up to higher prices. So I would maybe expect it to hit that 405 level here. I already highlighted that on the chart. That's the level to be looking out for. That was acting as support and resistance in the past. So I'll be looking for that for the levels to the upside. Levels to the downside, maybe we come back down to 339, or maybe we come back down to the 786 at 316. Use that to make a higher low before we launch up to higher prices again. All right, moving from Zcash, let me give a shout out to my buddy Porky here. He goes live usually on YouTube. I haven't seen him do TikTok yet, but you can find him on TikTok. Let me just show you guys Porky's page here on TikTok. He's growing his following here as best as he can, giving you the news of the day, talking about certain stocks and cryptos, just like me. But he does it in like a short format here on the TikTok. Why is this thing not loading up? Come on. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, Porky. He's been doing some videos here that have been getting quite a few views here. He made this really viral video about Las Vegas charging people for air conditioning, and that got him like 54,000 views there. So congratulations, Porky, for finding something that people want to talk about and complain about. Then he also did a video here about Japan selling their dollars, and that got like 10,000 views there. So he's swinging here and there, and that's good to see. I'm glad to see Porky doing well on his TikToks there. But you can also find Porky on YouTube, just like you find me on YouTube if you guys want to subscribe. I am trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers at some point here. It's a slow jog, but eventually we'll get there. And then we got Porky here. Porky does have more subscribers than I do, so congratulations, Porky, for doing that. I think he was doing videos and live streams before I was on YouTube, so he caught a good amount of subscribers before I started getting my subscribers here. But Porky usually goes live at night, so if you guys are late night owls here, you can find him. I usually see him go live at like 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern time. And that's because Porky's in California, so it's like 8 o'clock his time when he goes live. So there you go. For you West Coast guys, you got yourself a West Coast streamer here. You can find him at night. All right, going back to the charts here, we got to take a look at CAR. Oh, yeah, it is. It is a stock. It's related to Avis. I did say that, right? Didn't I say that? So CAR is a rental car company. You guys don't know that? Avis, they also do, I think they like Avis and Budget, and there's a few other car rental companies rolled up into one company here. This stock is trading at $297. It's up 35 bucks today, up 13%. Did they have like a good earnings report? Like what is the deal with that, huh? I'm in the rental car business myself. I rent out cars too. And this is leading me to believe that if they're having a good, you know, if business is good for them, then maybe business will be good for my rental car business. Let's see. We got Jay in the chat, and we got Eva Medina here on YouTube. And Ava says, "Sup, Damien?" And Jay's asking about Poet here. And yeah, we'll take a look at Poet for you. We'll do that right after Car here. Thank you for coming into the chat. It's good to see some familiar faces here. We also had another fellow YouTube streamer come into the chat, but he came in on TikTok. We had Porky Flounder here on the TikTok chat here. All right, Bud is I'm trying to pronounce your name, but we have a guy here asking about Bitcoin. We looked at Bitcoin quite a few times already on the live stream, but we usually look at Bitcoin towards the end of the live stream. Let's see. How long have I been live? I might look at Bitcoin after. I'll look at Bitcoin right after our Car and Poet. How about that? So we're looking at Car right now, and then we'll take a look at Poet, and then we'll look at Bitcoin on the way out. And thank you for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. And we got up to like 6,000 likes. I'm pretty sure like half of those likes came from Lorraine. So thank you, Lorraine, for smashing that like button, and thank you guys for smashing that like button as well. All right, so Car, what is going on? You are looking like a cryptocurrency going exponentially up to higher prices here. Where are the moving averages? Do we have like, I mean, wow. Okay, all the moving averages are below you. You got the 21 EMA crossing the 200 for the first time here. I don't know what Avis or Car is doing, but apparently Wall Street loves them. They actually had a bad earnings report. Their earnings report was showing that like back here in February, they were expecting to lose only 37 cents a share. They lost $4.60 a share. And their revenue, they were expected to make 2.7 billion. They only made 2.6 billion in revenue. So I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it was like a one-time, bad quarter. Maybe they had a lawsuit or something. I don't know. You tell me why did Car have a bad quarter? Because the previous quarter was in the green. Like they reported earnings per share of like $10.95, and they were expected to make $7.97 per share. And then like the quarter before that was also pretty decent too. So I don't know. Maybe they had like a lawsuit or something. I have no idea. But they're now going exponentially up to higher prices. Have we seen them get this high? Let me go into the monthly chart here. We have seen Avis or Car get up to higher prices, at least back here in November 2021. We saw $545 a share. Are you kidding me? I think this is right after COVID. We're doing that revenge traveling, right? Right after COVID, after COVID-19 in 2021. People were going crazy, going on vacation, spending all those stimulus checks and stimulus money, those PPP loans. Some people were creating fake businesses just to get PPP loans, and they were going on vacation. Yeah, so that might have been a one-off thing, but we're going back to where we were, as if we were like in the good old times of like COVID-19 and free money and stimulus money here. Look at this on the monthly candle here. You're up like 103% for the month of April for Avis. That's crazy. All right. Okay. So let's get back to the daily chart here. So we have seen this thing actually go to higher prices in this, so we shouldn't be too surprised here. But I mean, being up 100% in 1 month, that's a lot, especially for a stock. This is not even a cryptocurrency, and you're not even a technology stock. But maybe, who knows? Maybe they could be implementing technology into their business here. Let's see. I'm gonna do a Fibonacci here. See what we could do here for levels to the upside for Avis. If we're gonna continue being bullish here, We got a 1272 that says we can get up to like 355, and a 1618 that says we can get up to like 428 for your upside targets. Now, if we were to drop down, a normal pullback would take you to the golden pocket here at 216. So look out below. You could drop down that low. Okay. What would be even more vicious, but still possible here, is you could do a vicious pullback that could take it down to the 0.236 level at 135 bucks, and that's roughly right where those moving averages are at, like 135 to like 140 bucks here. So that would be a very deep retracement, and I'm not sure why I would just do that immediately. Usually stocks, they hold their value, unless they really don't have any value to them. But I know this is a company that we know this is a company that makes dollars, so I don't think they would just drop like a rock like that. So I'm expecting a normal pullback to be about, take you down to 216 bucks at 0.618 retracement. Is what I'd be looking for to buy some cheaper Avis here, cheaper car. Lorraine's asking me what trades am I in right now. Lorraine, I told you that already. I'm in a long on oil. I got stopped out of trying to short Zcash. I got stopped out of trying to short Bitcoin earlier today. I should have just stuck to what I thought Bitcoin was going to do, which is go up to like 73K and then try to short. But even then, like, unless you were right on the ball, Bitcoin was only at 73K for like a hot minute, and then it started dropping down. So like that was right before I started the live stream. So like shorting Bitcoin or shorting crypto before I started live streaming like an hour ago was like the best time to short. And right now, I think longs, if they haven't taken profit, they're losing their profit right now. So for me, I feel like trading oil is just a little bit easier than trading crypto at this moment in time. That's why I have been trading oil. I know some people think it's the opposite for them, but for some reason, trading oil seems to make a lot of sense to me. And I'm able to stay in, and maybe it's because I'm not using too much leverage. That's why I'm able to stay in the trade, whereas other people are getting stopped out. But I do get stopped out on my oil longs, and I get stopped out on my oil shorts. I take shorts on oil too when I think the price is going to drop down. But right now, currently, I'm long in oil. That's literally what I'm doing, and maybe I try to do another trade on crypto. But I feel like crypto's been a little bit tough for me to trade, day trade right now. So anyways, let's move on from car. We'll take a look at Poet, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin. Oh my God. There's all these zigzag lines here. Let's see. Wow. Okay, so we were talking about with Poet that Poet could possibly be in like a pennant here, a symmetrical triangle. All right. And I said that, you know, it looks like we'll get resolution towards like the beginning of June is where Poet could like either it's going to bust out and go to higher prices, or it's going to drop like a rock down to lower prices here. So that was the idea here with that blue line here. I have done a Fibonacci on this. I don't know if this is still applicable or not. Fibonacci I took to like $9.40, which is like what you did back here. You did that in like October of last year. You got up to like $9.40. And I drew that down to like $4.69. Right now we're kind of hanging out near the 0.236 pocket at 581, or just slightly above it. And you got the 0.382 above you at 650. So you're ping-ponging in between these two levels until you break out. And I think if you break out, you could possibly head up to the 618 golden pocket. And that might... Oh, man, I just messed that up. Let me, I thought I had that locked in. Let me go ahead and lock it in right now. But that 618 golden pocket is kind of like right where the top of this trend line is, or this downtrend line that we've already drew on our symmetrical triangle. I think once you get to like 760, 770, 780, you're pushing your luck where this thing might actually, you know, lose its momentum and start coming back down again to lower prices here. Well, let's see. What is the momentum doing right now? On the MACD, you got a MACD crossover to the upside that happened a couple days ago. And you're getting green buying pressure showing up here, so we should be getting an uptrend to the upside here for higher prices on Poet. Thank you, Shafi, for liking the live. Appreciate that. And let's see. Let's look at money flow now. Money flow in the green. And you got a green buy dot that just came in on March 31st. Momentum to the upside. I think you could possibly go to higher prices here on Poet. I think we should be trying to target that $7, $7.60 level here, that golden pocket to the upside for Poet. So maybe you bottom out here. Was this a higher low? Not really, because you had a higher low here and then you made a lower low. But it's showing that we have bullish divergence that showed up here too. Let me just look at the RSI real quick here. Higher lows on the RSI after kind of making lower lows on the price. Buyers decided to step in. They like $4.60 here. $5. They love $5 Poet here. So yeah, maybe you bottom out here, and now you might be going up to like $7 or $8 here for Poet. Shafi, is that a request for WLC? And thank you for following me here. ASSA Hickey, or however you spell your name. Shafi, can you just confirm, is that a request for WLC, or you just making a statement there? We got some guys here asking about Bitcoin. Somebody thinks Bitcoin might go to 77K. I think 76K is actually the level that we should be looking for to the upside. And then we have a guy asking for a long or a short on Bitcoin. Well, let me see if I can answer that question here for you using my handy dandy DeluxeAlgo signals indicator. And the signals indicator here for Bitcoin, right? The signals indicator that I used told you to long Bitcoin on March 2nd. And we don't have a sell signal here yet on Bitcoin using my DeluxeAlgo indicator here. The last time you had a sell signal was back here in December, at least on the daily time frame. And this right now, this long signal is kind of showing us that we're getting a little bit of relief rally here on Bitcoin as of now. Okay. But if we start seeing a sell signal here, then I would say, all right, maybe we should start looking for shorts here on Bitcoin. And if you guys want to know where I get these DeluxeAlgo, indicators at, where I get these sell signals, long signals here, you got to go over to my TikTok. If you go to the Meet Damien TikTok, let me just go to my page real quick here. But in my bio, to my Meet Damien TikTok channel, you'll see a Linktree link here. You click on that, that'll take you over to the Meet Damien Linktree. If you want to join the Meet Damien server, Discord server, that's free to join. You can click on that. But if you want to get those DeluxeAlgo indicators here, you click on this link right here, the DeluxeAlgo trade indicator. It'll take you over to the web page. Right now, we have a really great deal for the signals indicator for the DeluxeAlgo indicators. Usually, this signal. This DeluxeAlgo indicator will go for like $199, and it's just a one-time fee. It's not like you got to pay that every month. But you're gonna get like a deal of 75% off if you use that link that I just showed you there on my Meet Damien Linktree, and you'll save 75% off. It's only $49 to get that indicator there. All right, and there's like three different indicators here. That you get with the DeluxeAlgo. You get the DeluxeAlgo trade indicator, the DeluxeAlgo trade money flow and divergence, and the Deluxe trap indicator. And the other DeluxeAlgo indicator that I've kind of closed up here, but this is the other indicator here, which gives you the money flow, and you got the buy dots and the sell dots. You got the overbought area, the oversold area. And then it also gives you divergences here on the chart. I know I got a bunch of lines here. Let me just kind of clean this thing up here by getting rid of the moving averages here. But you got this right here, this green line. It was showing bullish divergence on Bitcoin. Some more bullish divergence. But let me go and show you, like here on the 50-minute time frame, how this is pretty useful here. So you can see right now we're starting to get bearish divergence. You got this purple magenta line here showing you that there's some bearish divergence on Bitcoin. And sure enough, what happened with Bitcoin? We topped out at 73K, and now we're getting the divergence. We're getting the bearish divergence starting to play out to the downside here. And let's see, this DeluxeAlgo indicator was last time on the 15-minute chart. It was trying to tell you to short Bitcoin here on Tuesday. Okay. And yeah, sure enough, the price did, it did drop down, right? We haven't got the long signal yet here on the 15-minute time frame. That's a little bit interesting, okay? And I think that's one of the reasons why I was thinking like we could short Bitcoin, or I was trying to short Bitcoin earlier today. But I guess I should have waited to 73K. But we only got that 73K for Bitcoin. That was only for a hot minute, and then we immediately came right down, and we got a shooting star candle here. So unless you were watching it like a hawk, or you already had your limit order in there, we did not stay at 73K for longer than, what, 1 minute maybe? Let's look at the 1 minute chart here. Yeah, look at this, right? On the 1 minute chart, we were at $73,000 for 1 minute. Then the next minute, we came down to like 72,800, and then it's just been down and to the right since then. So this great area to short Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame is telling you to still short Bitcoin right now. Yeah. Okay, let's get on to the 5 minute time frame. 5 minute time frame, the DeluxeAlgo indicator is telling you to still short Bitcoin. And yeah, we already looked at the 50-minute time frame. 50-minute time frame is telling you to short Bitcoin back here on Tuesday. Check out the 1 hour time frame. Why not? 1 hour time frame. Now this is a little bit confusing. 1 hour time frame is telling you to actually long Bitcoin. Maybe something different might be happening here. But on the 1 hour time frame, it is telling us to try to long Bitcoin. So that's a little bit confusing. You still have to figure out for yourself what you want to do here. But I think we might have missed the short. The best opportunity to short Bitcoin was a couple hours ago when it was at 73K. Let's see. We got Nasir's in here. Nasir's going to create indicator. Okay. Oh, you're saying, Shafi was just saying welcome. All right. But you wanted me to take a look at Uniswap? Okay. And we have a guy here saying he went all in on Bitcoin. He's longing it. And thank you, Jay, for smashing the like button. Jay's asking me, am I getting lucky in Costa Rica? Yeah, missed. We had a couple of Costa Rican girls in here earlier in the live stream. You probably would have been able to see them on my TikTok stream. Oh man. Well, I'll just let you let your imagination play with that. Shafi wants to take a look at Uniswap. So I don't know what you want to do here with Bitcoin, but I think we had the opportunity to short Bitcoin earlier today, about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, and maybe shorting is still an idea here. But you got some support here at like $71,000 Bitcoin. If I throw in the VRVP indicator, let me just throw that on real quick. But yeah, you got a value area low at 70,900. I would expect that to act as a reaction zone where we might get a bounce at 70,900. But if you're in the short right now, yeah, you could take it down to the 70,900. I would wait until 70,900. If you want to long Bitcoin, I would try to long it here at 70,900. So I think that's enough for Bitcoin. We'll move on to Uniswap. And then I'll give you my closing thoughts on Bitcoin, guys. I think I'm going to try to end the live stream. I'm going to try to go to the gym soon here. Uniswap. Look at the daily time frame here. Let me get rid of the VRVP indicator. My DeluxeAlgo indicator is telling me there's some bullish divergence here for Uniswap on the daily time frame. Let me just confirm that. I see higher lows here on the RSI. We made lower lows on price. So you're getting bullish divergence. Buyers are stepping up. They like $3 for Uniswap here. And let me throw the moving averages on. See if we got moving averages all above you. So you are bearish on Uniswap until you start doing something good here. Can we get above the 21 EMA? That 21 EMA at 337. That's your target to the upside if you're day trading this, in my opinion. Maybe we could do that tomorrow or later on this weekend. We can get up to like 337. If we can hold above 337, then your next target to the upside would probably be that 50-day moving average at $4.12. That would put you back to like right where you were at in the middle of March. Like that was like kind of like near the highs for the month there. So I'll be targeting $4.12 if I'm a swing trader and want to be in this for a few days. And you're bullish on Uniswap, I would try to target that 50-day moving average. Downside, well, I mean, let's not go lower than what we've already done, but we do have a candlewick low here at $3.01. Don't go lower than that because it could be really, really bad for Uniswap here. I don't think there's anything below $3 here. Let's go into the monthly time frame here. Oh my God, it'd be really bad if we lose $3 here. I mean, back here in February, you went down to 284. But this, I mean, look at this. Yikes. You could drop down to like $2, still not really get that much support. $1, not get that much support. Let's see. Yeah. Your value area low. And this is going back all the way to like 2020. Your value area low on the monthly chart is at like $2.50. That would be your last line of defense before you just go straight down to hell on Uniswap here. Adler wants to know, can we long Bitcoin at 71K? Well, we just looked at it. I was thinking like 70,900. Yeah, could be another area to add to Bitcoin. You're a hodler, so I'm thinking that you're just trying to buy Bitcoin now to sell. Maybe not even sell, but maybe you would sell your Bitcoin like 5 years from now. And 71K doesn't seem too bad. I think if the war in the Middle East continues on, though, we're going to see Bitcoin go below 60K. So that's when I would start to get excited about buying Bitcoin myself. If you see like 50K or 40K Bitcoin. And let's get back to Bitcoin here. So back on the 1 hour chart here. If I pull up that VRVP indicator, it was showing me. They're showing me that there's some volume here at 70,900. If we lose 70,900, this thing could drop like a rock down to like 70K. And then you got more support here at 69,600, which is that value area low for Bitcoin. But moving on out to a bigger time frames, the daily time frame here. Bitcoin is creating higher lows here, frustrating the crap out of the bears and the short sellers out there. And Bitcoin might be marching its way back up to 73K and then 76K, like we saw back here on March 17th. That's also where that 50-day moving average is at. I would expect that to be another area to try to take a short if you're trying to short Bitcoin. But if you're long in Bitcoin, I would take profit at that 76K area because you just don't know. Like we still don't know how this war in the Middle East is going to play out. And if things get worse, it's going to get worse for Bitcoin as well. You have to think about it. The war in the Middle East continues on, and oil prices go up to like $150 a barrel, $200 a barrel. People are paying like $5, $6, $7 a gallon. How are they going to buy Bitcoin? They're going to be more preoccupied with trying to buy gasoline just to get to work. Never mind having an extra money to go buy some Bitcoin and crypto. I mean, they should still try to buy Bitcoin and crypto if they can, but you know how people are. With their discretionary income, if they have no discretionary income, they're not going to buy Bitcoin. So there you go. Those are my thoughts about Bitcoin. You know, if we have the war in the Middle East continues on, I think that's going to be what sends us down to lower prices here. And if we do go down to lower prices on Bitcoin, you know, I already highlighted 52K and then 43K. And the reason why I got, you know, 52K here is because we did some sideways trading here back in February of 2024 at 52K. That's going to be your support area that prevents you from going down the lower prices. And if that doesn't hold, you got even more support here at 43K, where we were trading at 43K, somewhere around there. It could be 42, it could be 44, but somewhere in that area. If you like 420, then you could just say 42K, okay? But around this area, you got a lot of support here for Bitcoin. And this is basically where the Bitcoin ETFs in January of 2024, this is where the Bitcoin ETFs got involved here, okay? They can still sell their Bitcoin at 71K and be in profit. So they can still sell their Bitcoin, even at like 50K, they can still sell their Bitcoin because they got in at like 40, you know, 40K, 43K. It's not until we get to like 43K that I would expect, you know, the selling pressure to die off. And you know, and in that case, they won't be selling, but they may or may not be buying. And if they start buying, I think we'll get a bounce off of 43K. And I think that might be the bear market low for Bitcoin later on this year, if we ever do get down to that price. But as of now, we are frustrating the crap out of the bears. We're still making higher lows, believe it or not, since beginning of February. And maybe we can make another higher high, get above 76K, and then the next level above that is going to be your 100-day moving average at 80K. It's going to be like a psychological level for Bitcoin. Maybe people are going to click the sell buttons. Some people might be like, hey, I can add to my Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually reclaiming 80K. I can buy Bitcoin. So there's going to be probably a reaction at 80K if we ever do get up to that level there. But for now, I think 76, 77K is your target, your near-term target, which could happen. Could happen tomorrow. If they do a ceasefire deal on Saturday, it could happen on Saturday. If they, you know, decide to end the war, you know, you'll see Bitcoin pop off. And that's the crazy thing about, you know, what's going on with the world today is that crypto and Bitcoin and stocks, they could pop off to like prices that, like, we could have like a disbelief rally out of nowhere and just get up to like 80K or even 90K all over again here on Bitcoin. But then, you know, if the bombs start dropping and things get worse, we could also roll down below 60K and start heading towards 50K here on Bitcoin. So that's why you guys got to come on to these live streams, kind of like, you know, get ideas like what these target zones are. I give you the target zones to the downside. I give you the target zones to the upside. I gave you some wishful targets to the upside as well. Okay, but we come on to these live streams here. We look at the chart, try to get ideas like, are we bullish or bearish? And as of now, the momentum on Bitcoin, as you know, just finishing up here, the momentum is still pretty solid. The MACD indicator on the daily time frame is still in the green, increasing as well. So maybe we revisit 73K again. Maybe we revisit 76K all over again for Bitcoin. And I wouldn't be interested in shorting Bitcoin until it gets back up to 73K. But that might not hold. We might have to short Bitcoin at 76K. So maybe this is just another buy the dip opportunity here for Bitcoin. Okay. That's what I'm seeing on the momentum. And then here on the money flow is also in the green. Just starting to do something good here. And momentum is to the upside. You got a green buy dot that came in on Monday. I'm sorry, not Monday, Saturday. Okay, so maybe Bitcoin is going to continue doing a disbelief rally here, or just a slight relief rally here, and frustrate the crap out of the bears and the short sellers, and maybe make its way back up to 76K one more time here. Obaz Samuel says we're going to 67K. We might, and that is another area that I already highlighted here, 67K. You might be looking at that on your charts as well. I got that highlighted on my chart as well. 67K is a support zone for Bitcoin. So if we are going to just get some bad news and things are going to be, you know, selling off here, then 67K is a good area to try to take a shot at a long on Bitcoin, in my opinion here. WEEX. wider. Wick Rider's in here. Oh, is that the same guy from Trade Intuition streams? Is Trade Intuition EC live right now? It's like, I think it may be a little bit too early. He goes live at like 9 p.m. Eastern time, from what I remember. And it's like right now it's like 8 p.m. We're like an hour before that. So that's another good streamer to listen to. And let's see, 42 is wicked. Yeah, 42 for Bitcoin. 42K is where we could go down. I think that might be the bear market low. I think that's as low as we go, but you never know. That's an area where I would be interested in buying spot Bitcoin for sure at 42K. You have to think about that for a second. If we go to 42K and you buy it there, and we go right back up to the all-time high at 126K, guess what you did, bro? You just did a 3x on your Bitcoin. So I would be looking for 42K as an area where I would be interested in buying Bitcoin. But anyways, guys, that's it for this live stream. I'm gonna try to get a workout at the gym. Maybe hang out with my Costa Rican girls, and yeah. I plan on going live same time tomorrow. So just be on the lookout for the live stream tomorrow on TikTok and YouTube. I'll try to do a TikTok horizontal stream. So my YouTube guys, you might see me go vertical tomorrow on the live stream, but it shouldn't be too hard to watch. I mean, it's not going to be the same that you see right now, but you'll get to see what it's like for the TikTok guys, because they're always watching me on the phone here. But I mean, you'll be able to see that tomorrow for YouTube. All right, guys, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. We're going to listen to some music on the way out. And good luck trading, investing, and whatever asset you decide to get into. Take care, guys. you.